Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A, where we go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Alright guys, so today is the 400th episode, and I just noticed something is wrong in the background. Let me fix that real quick. That's how we do it live. Alright, now that that's taken care of, always have to lock the door just so the kids don't come in barging. Alright, now let's get to it. This is the 400th episode, and with that being said, we have a giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 4 different products or sets of products. And yeah, I am not a YouTuber or influencer that makes 6 figures a year off of YouTube. I don't make lots of crazy money off of it or anything like that. But what I do like to do is give back whenever I can with what I do have. So that being said, I did want to do this small giveaway. Now the link for it is in the description, but I will post it in the chat right now just so you guys have it. And yeah, very simple giveaway. Basically, follow me on YouTube is the mandatory one, and then you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I checked it out to make sure it works just fine. And there are 4 different prizes. So the first prize is going to be a set. Let me go to this just so you guys have it. The first prize is going to be a set of Pixel Buds A and a Aki wireless charger. So going to be giving these 2 away together. So just some little really nice headphones and a really great charger. That one is one of my favorites because it's a wireless charger and it has a PD charger for fast charging. So you can have 2 types of charging all the way around. Second one is going to be one of the new Anchor connectors that I recently reviewed. And it really is awesome. It's a 65 watt fast charger, so it can charge basically 13-inch laptops and under. And along with those, old pair of Buds Live that I had around. So I'm going to give that as an additional bonus for this one. And then from there, I'm going to be giving away 2 smartphones. We're going to be giving away a TCL20S smartphone. And then we are going to be giving away a TCL Stylus 5G smartphone. So going to be giving away both of those 2 smartphones to you guys. So yeah, those are going to be the giveaways for this event. Basically, the contest starts today and it will end right before the live stream next week, and I will announce the winners on the live stream next week. So simple and easy for you guys to enter, nothing too hard. Just basically follow and subscribe on these on these 3, and you are good. That's it. That's literally everything to do, nothing else. So simple and easy to do, and that is your giveaway. Good luck, and I can't wait to see who wins. All right, now that being said, let's get to the news. And the first bit is starting off for the Galaxy S23. Oh, sorry, before I do go into the news, I did just want to mention it is on here, but this is a US only giveaway. The reason is simply because it would cost me more to ship any of these products than it would be for the actual products themselves. All of these are under $300, and honestly, that's how much shipping costs in some countries. So that's why it doesn't make monetary sense for me to do that. I would lose out on so much money sending any of these. So for that reason, it is going to be US only. So yeah, and that's the reason why. I'll try to do some international giveaways on the next one. I have done them in the past where I just give out gift cards, but as of right now, that will be the giveaway for now. All right, now let's move on to the news. So the basics going to be for the news today is, first off, a lot of future stuff. So the big thing is going to be that the S23 Ultra's new processor, which we do expect to be the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, has come up in Geekbench scores, and it is not only faster than the S22, which we expect, but the multi-core score has jumped up a huge amount, actually surpassing even the iPhone 14 Pro. So that is pretty big news. Now, these are, again, alleged, results, basically because this is going with what we expect, the current specs, what we expect everything to go from the next Samsung. But the fact that it got that high of a score, especially on the multi-core, is really big. So if you can see, the S22 Ultra scored 1100 and 3300, whereas the new S23 Ultra is scoring 1521 and 4689. And the reason why this second number is so big and important is because not only is it a huge amount over the 3300, but at 4689, it actually outperformed the iPhone's 4664. Granted, only by a little bit, but that is still very impressive. As we can see in the current generation, it wasn't even close. The iPhone's processor was far ahead in multi-core by far. Granted, the iPhone is still far ahead in single core, going at 1800 compared to the new one still at 1500. So still in terms of single core, the iPhone is still outperforming this new Gen 2 processor that will be on the S23 Ultra. But in terms of multi-core, it is a huge jump up, and it actually even outperforms the iPhone. So very curious to see how that one will work overall. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. The fact that this next generation is actually going to match Apple in multi-core is really big, especially when, for the most part, Android still outperforms in terms of GPU compared to iPhone. So I'm really curious to see how this single core and, more importantly, multi-core one is going to be really a jump up. All right, not only that, but we are looking like that the S23 Ultra will be getting that 200 megapixel camera from Ice Universe. It does look like it is confirming that, yes, we are going to get the S23 Ultra with the 200 megapixel camera. It's also the biggest leap forward in terms of low light photography that Samsung has had in years. So night photography is supposed to have a huge jump up, as well as the low light in terms of the video quality will be improved, which I am really happy about, because that's one thing that I'm definitely looking forward to for sure. So really interested to see how this goes, but I'm very, very happy to see that we are getting a big improvement on the main sensor. However, we don't know about one camera sensor. It does look like both the 3x and the 10x camera will be the same as the S22 Ultra. Granted, it will have, as he says here, new AI algorithms and better color reproduction than the current gen. But what we're really missing here that I want to know about is the ultra wide angle camera. I am hoping we get better, but yeah, it really is just something that I want to see. All right, I'm going to take a quick pause from the news just because I'm getting a lot of questions about the giveaway, and I just want to answer them for you guys before I move on. So how do I enter the giveaway? You click the link that I left here earlier. I will leave it again in the chat right now. It also is in the description. Basically, it is a US only giveaway, and it basically, all you need to do is first put in your name and email address. So I need that in order to contact you if you win. And then you have to do the first one. So you have to subscribe to the YouTube Tech Guy on YouTube. It's really simple and easy. You have to subscribe. Once you are subscribed, you can get in bonus entries by following me on both Twitter and Instagram, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So you get one entry automatically by following me on YouTube. That is the requirement for the giveaway. You have to do that one. And then for the other two, you can get 2 more entries just by following me on Twitter and on Instagram. That's it. That's the entire giveaway. So that is why you have to put in your name and email address, because I need to be able to contact you if you win. And I need your name just because I'm going to announce your first name and last initial to announce next week to the winners. Obviously, I'm not going to say your full last name for security purposes, but I will say the first initial of your last name. So that's it. That's all there is to it. Let's see. All right, so now we have the next step, which is ARM is reporting some changes in their licensing. And this is really big, actually, because it could affect pretty much everyone. And what do I mean by that? Basically, what they're saying is you have to take our processors and along with our GPUs in our architecture. So for those of you who don't know, ARM creates the entire architecture which all mobile processors are based on. But not only processors in terms of a CPU, but a GPU, everything. Like, they design them all. Every single mobile company uses it. Apple, Samsung, Qualcomm, they all use them. Google's Tensor. But here's the thing. They're all slightly altered. So Apple alters theirs. Google alters theirs with their new Tensor chip. Samsung alters theirs with their Exynos chips. Qualcomm alters theirs with their version of the chip. Here's the thing. They all alter it. ARM is trying to say, if you are going to license our chips, you cannot alter it. And that is very problematic, obviously, because it means that everyone has to use the same architecture. And we've seen the benefits of using different architecture, right? Apple wouldn't have their M series CPUs without altering it, without putting in their own GPUs, their own NPUs. The biggest NPU user, is going to be, and TPU user is going to be Google. Samsung has done a lot of things with their GPUs because of their partnership with AMD. These are alterations. So is Qualcomm on their own. They typically alter the GPU with the Adreno GPU. So all of these are really big things that they have altered. And what ARM is saying is you basically have to take ours, or you can't use the architecture, or you have to pay an additional licensing fee to alter it. And these companies are calling foul, basically. Like Qualcomm, all these companies are saying, like, hey, this is BS. Like, you can't alter the current license agreement in the middle of the license agreement. You have to, you are years away from being able to do that. So this is pretty an interesting thing. We will see how this progresses. I don't see how any judge in their right mind would okay this, just because of the fact that this literally will stagnate everyone in the industry from using the same exact thing, which is what we haven't done since the beginning. So very curious. I think this is ARM, trying to get more money now that Nvidia deal fell through. Nvidia was trying to buy ARM, it went through, so it didn't go through. So yeah, so that's what I think this is. All right, the next thing, this one I'm really excited about. Now, I was a fan of the Pixel 6a. I have it right over here. Sorry, I got a lot of phones over here. All right, Pixel 6a. I was a big fan of this one. I really just liked the design, liked the quality of it. But there was two things I was personally, didn't like. One was not wireless charging, and two was it didn't have the new camera. Now, it did have the Tensor chip, but it had the same camera that we had on the Pixel 5 to older cameras. Now, it did have the zoom in too, so I did the wide angle one rather. So I did like that, but that was the big thing that was missing. It looks like Google's kind of heard similar things, because what they're going to upgrade in the 7A is going to be flagship camera. So it's going to have the new camera that is on the 7 and 7 Pro, basically the new flagship camera. You're also going to have wireless charging, which I really definitely appreciate, because it's going to be much better that way. Now, I am curious to see what else we're going to get, but usually we get it at the beginning of, towards the middle of 2023. So, this one came out in July, but rumor has it that we might be getting it a little bit earlier this year. So we'll have to wait and see, but I think that would be a smart idea for Google to release this at an earlier time, maybe in April. I would say is a perfect time because no one really owns that time right now. You know, Samsung comes out in February. Right now, the rumor is January, by the way, that the new phone will be coming out. So I'm very curious to see how it goes, but definitely it's interesting to say the least. All right. One of the things that a lot of people were excited about at the Pixel announcement was the fact that Google did announce that they were going to create a new docking station for the Pixel tablet. Now, this isn't exactly new. Lenovo has done this with Alexa for many years, so that basically if you bought certain Lenovo tablets, when you would dock it, it would automatically then connect your tablet to convert it into an Echo, basically. So you would now have an Alexa Echo device essentially with the screen, with the UI interface completely changing. So Google did announce that they would be actually doing this for their tablets. So the Pixel tablet that's going to come out next year, when it docks, it'll have a docking station and it will essentially turn into a Google Home Max. So that's really cool. I've always loved that concept ever since Lenovo did it. I've never been into the Alexa ecosystem, so I haven't been involved in that one, but I'm very curious to see it happen on the Google one. And Apple seems to like the idea too. It's always funny when companies like this didn't know this existed, because like Lenovo, again, has had this for years. Again, I understand the general public not knowing that these exist, but for Apple, you think they would at least look at the competition, but it wasn't until Google announced this that they were like, that's a good idea. We should do that too. Because Apple doesn't have a home pod with a screen. So they are going to look to do this too, which is very big, of course, because iPads are everywhere. And I think this will greatly improve the usage of an iPad, because I think there are a lot of iPads that aren't used anymore at all, that are just like, you know, in a drawer, in a closet, that aren't being used. But changing them into a Siri docking station will be very much for that. So yeah. All right, two last news articles, then I'll get to all of your questions, guys. Samsung could use micro LED instead of OLED in the AR displays. This is really big because micro LED is the future. It is essentially better than both OLED and QLED combined. Micro LED has the best of both worlds, and this is a technology that we really haven't seen much yet, but it looks like this definitely could be one of the first implementations that Samsung does bring to it, which will not only be a very sharp clarity, but everything you would want in terms of having projecting reality in augmented reality. So it'll be really cool to see that. And the very last thing for today is that we are getting told that both the Google Pixel tablet and their new foldable, whenever it may come out, it still looks like it will come out another year, but that one will both have fingerprint sensors on the side, and I'm all for that. If there's one thing that I will say I absolutely love about the Fold, is that I love the fingerprint sensor on the side. Like, it's so easy to do it, and it just always works for the most part. So it's just really great that I have to say, every time I don't like it when I go back to a phone with a fingerprint sensor on the screen, because I'm like, oh, it's just not as quick as the fingerprint scanner on the power button. So I'm all for that. All right, guys, and that was the news for this week. Now to get to your questions. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comments section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. All right. Rawson, thank you so much, man, for the super chat donation. I really do appreciate it. And all right, let me scroll back up to see all of the things. I do want to remind you guys, we are doing a 400th episode giveaway, so if you do want to enter in that, I will again leave the link in the chat. All you have to do is to enter, put in your name and email address. I will need that to announce the winners and to email you to get your information for shipping. And then all you have to do is do 3 entries, up to 3 entries. Actually, only 1 is required. You have to follow me on YouTube, subscribe for my YouTube channel. Pretty simple and easy. The second one, follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. Those give you 2 additional entries, and that's it. That's just simply it. All right. saw your HGTV House Hunters episode today. Awesome. It was replaying. That's cool. Yeah, I had so much fun doing that. For any of those who didn't know, I was on a recent episode of House Hunters on HGTV. It was a lot of fun, and I don't know any time like when it's showing. I don't know like when it's gonna be playing again. But if you ever want to look it up, this is the episode, season 222. Yes, they have a lot of seasons. They have multiple seasons per year, if you're wondering how they're up to that many. So basically, this is season 222, trading up to a house in Los Angeles. So if you do want to go and check it out, this is the episode that is with me and my lovely wife, and my kids even make an appearance on there too. So yeah, lots of fun, and it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. Did you get the Pixel 7 or 7 Pro? Are you going to do a tips and tricks video soon? Yes, I am very backed up on my tips and tricks videos. Have been having some sponsored videos, and unfortunately some of the time with those sponsored videos, they don't work out. Like I did a sponsored video for a brand that I liked. I thought I did a very good video for. Have yet to hear from them for over a week, and of course that means they didn't pay me either. So you know, it was a week worth of work that I felt I was gonna concentrate on it. Didn't get back to me, so it kind of sucks. Sometimes those brand deals are great. Sometimes they, you know, depending on how many people they have to go through to get the payment and all that kind of stuff, it can take forever. So yeah, it delayed me more than I would like, but definitely this week I will kind of have a lot to do. I have Halloween and my daughter's birthday coming up, so there's always something, I would say. And then next week, after next week, I'm going to be going on another trip. So I'm going to be gone from the 9th to the 13th, which sucks because I'm going to be missing out on the Black Panther premiere. I have to wait till Sunday to watch the movie. So yeah, there's always some stuff going on, but I'm always going to keep trying to get better and better at getting more work to you guys. So yes, my goal is to have the Pixel 7 tips and tricks video by next Sunday. So that's my goal. So if I'll do it, we'll have to wait and see. But that is my goal, to get that one out before then, along with the one for the Fold and the Flip as well. Congrats on the new pad. Thank you very much. How goes the renovation for the kitchen? It's going. It's going. I currently am doing the cabinets, and now the fridge has been installed, which the fridge is really cool. So the fridge is Samsung's latest bespoke smart fridge. So it's very boxy and like perfect lines with the cabinets and everything. It's just really cool looking, for sure. The thing that I will say though is like it has a really cool like ice dispenser thing. It has like big cubes and small cubes underneath in the freezer, and then you can like open a small door instead of the big door for not only your water but a pitcher of water that it refills automatically. So pretty cool stuff that you know, that is just very techy in there. And I still have to go through all of the new software because I swear they change it every year. And it doesn't look anything like it used to, really. So I do have to go through the new software and see also what apps are available. And I really need to fine tune my smart things because I haven't really updated my smart things in a long time. So my smart things, if it's connected more to this house, which I don't have it really connected to it, you know, I can control my thermostat from my fridge. I can, you know, things like that. Like I can, unfortunately UV cameras are not part of smart things, so I can't see the cameras from there, but there's just a lot of smart stuff. And again, I hope to do a special video for that real soon too, talking to Samsung, hopefully do a sponsored video on their on all their appliances basically. But yeah, that's how the renovations go. Speaking of background, how long did it take you to get the background and the style done? This one? This one, I want to say fully it took like 3 weeks, because I had the idea in mind, right? So I had the idea like, okay, I'm gonna get these back panels, but then it's like cutting them. So you can kind of see it right here. It's cut around the light switch right here. So I had to cut around the light switch, which is very difficult to do and not make it look horrible. So that took multiple tries. Same thing with like a plug at the bottom I did over there. So there was that. Then I had to add on to the light strip because it cut off too soon. Like it cut off like here before, and all that was empty. So I had to add on to the light strip as well. That was the second thing I had to do. And then like I got like a curtain that I put over, like a curtain you would get for a window, and I put it over the door. So for one, it helps out with sound quality, and two, it looks better. I still need to put dampeners at the top over there, so that's another thing, and then some more at the bottom over here. So not completely done even still. I also got a curtain for my closet as well, so that is another thing that I got, and the closet will be something else that I need to do down the line, because that is, I don't like to look in there. It's so disorganized, and there's just so much old tech and e-waste that I probably have in there that I need to kind of get rid of. Not a question, but it was so awesome to see the tech family all in one place. You looked so good. The kids have grown up so much. Yes, they have. They continue to grow. I think both my daughter just grew another, I think she said a couple of, or like an inch more or something like that. And then my son just grew another 2 inches. So it's amazing just to see how their development in terms of them actually literally quite growing. You know, it's always a interesting thing to see. Just to see that come about, and yeah, like they get bigger and bigger, and it's just like it's crazy as a dad to see that kind of stuff for sure. What are your thoughts on the Moto Razr foldable compared to the Z Flip? I like the larger outer display on the Razr. So I had heard rumblings, mainly from Pocket Now, from Jaime Rivera, that I think he had said that it is actually finally going to release in the US, the new version of it. But like, that's the thing, is it or is it not? Because that's what I'm 22. Let's see. I haven't. Okay, yeah, this is it. But yeah, it's not available in the US, at least from what I can tell right now. But yeah, like, what do I think of the look? What do I think of the style of it? It looks good. It looks honestly very similar to a Samsung, the Samsung phone, how they went with the cameras right there. But yeah, I don't know if I would still get a Moto over a Samsung. And it would come down to the price too, but I'm just, let's see, what are the specs on this one? Oh, you can't even get, oh wait, there it is. All right. So, I mean, top of line processor, 8 gigs RAM, 256 gigs storage, 3,500 milliamp battery. So bigger battery, more storage than the Flip. So, I mean, look, it has a lot of great things going to it. IP52, so splash resistant, or not even splash resistant, really water repellent is what it's saying. But 5 means it's pretty much well protected against dust, but the fact that it's only a 2 means that it's really not taking any water things. So I would be wary of that. The rear camera, 50 megapixel, f1.8 2.0. Not bad on that. Ultra wide isn't the best, but honestly, it's probably in line with a lot of the others right now. 32 megapixel f2.4. The front camera is not looking too hot. But yeah, I mean, overall, wait, front camera. I'm confused by this. I'm confused by this because why does it have a front 32? Yeah, I'm confused by this because it has 32, 8, 9. It doesn't have multiple cameras inside. It just has one camera inside. I think their website is wrong or something like that. But yeah. All right. Let's see. So overall, what are my thoughts? I would still probably go with Samsung just for reliability and everything like that. But I'd be very curious if it comes to the US, what price would it be at and how competitive could it be? Whoa, pretty cool fridge. On the last stream, I told you I bought the Buds Pro. Nice. I meant to say the Buds Live, the bean-shaped ones. I love them. What are your thoughts? So for me, and I can tell you for my wife as well, didn't fit quite right in our ears. Tried switching out the little ear tip thing. It didn't fit right in our ears. I think the Buds Live, I loved how they tucked in and didn't come out at all. I would say they were very comfortable, but they have to fit in your ears, and for me, they just didn't. It's one of the biggest arguments I have with other people and the Jabras. The Jabras are like a perfect fit for me. The Jabras, like there's a reason literally anytime you can see me, I will have them in my pocket. And they are just a perfect fit in my ear. That doesn't mean they're the perfect fit in other people's ear. I know like Mr. Mobile said he didn't like them as much because they don't fit in his ear. They always fall out. So like it depends on the person for sure. It's a pretty cool fridge. Yeah, pun intended. There you go. Even if the tips and tricks are longer than next Sunday, please still drop. I look forward to them each time. Thank you, Waybe. I really do appreciate that. And thank you for letting me know you guys appreciate it, because I swear those videos do take days to make. Like the recording and setting up takes about at least probably half an hour to an hour to film it first. Just the filming part. And then the editing takes a long time because I really want to condense it down so that it's, you know, digestible for you guys. So all of that takes a long time. So they are the longest videos that I have to do, but they also are my most popular. So I always do them. So yeah, definitely need to get on it for sure. Would you get the S22 Plus right now or wait till the S23 Plus? Well, for the Plus versions, it's hard to tell. So for the Plus versions, I would say I don't know how much of a difference the S23 Plus is going to be the S22 Plus, because the big camera difference already happened, right? So the big camera difference already occurred. It happened. That's done. However, what more are they going to change? We know the CPU is going to be much better and even outperforming the iPhone 14 Pro in terms of CPU next year. So there are some things to look forward to, but I just don't know in terms of the everyday thing, will it really be that much better? I honestly, I don't. I think I would probably just go with the S22 Plus right now. Now, keep that in mind that we're literally 2 days away from November. So, November, December, January. More than likely, at the end of January, we will already have the S23 announced. So, that being said, it definitely can be really quick. All right. So, that's what the curtain's for, yeah. First time I purchased a Pixel, I love it. Been in the Samsung ecosystem since the Note 2, the Pixel 7 Pro is my daily driver, and the Fold 2 I use as my second line. Awesome. Yeah, no, the Pixel 7 Pro is such a good phone. Like, I've had no issues with it. Now, I was one of the lucky few, I would say, I would categorize it as few, that never had an issue with the Pixel 6 Pro. But like, I had so many friends that had issues with it. So I am glad to hear that the Pixel 7 Pro isn't having that many issues for most people. So yeah, I just have to test it more out and really kind of put it through its paces. And I love the quality of the photos right now, and even the video quality. I wish I had had it during my trip so much, but I love that I do have it now, and we'll try to get on as much as I can to go more content on it. Any highlights of the vacation you came from besides the robot beverage maker? I mean, highlights of the vacation, the food was delicious. Like, I have always told people one of the best things that I could recommend is a cruise trip. I personally go for Royal Caribbean because the food is just delicious, and I've heard not so good things about the food at Carnival. So Royal Caribbean to me, and this, I'm not sponsored by them. I wish I was, that would be really cool. But I just love the vacations. They're awesome. And when you get the total price, it might be a shock, right? To like, oh my God, $1,000 per person, or $2,000 for a couple, or something like that, right? That seems like a lot of money, and it is, or even 800, right? For a 7-day, 10-day cruise. But when you think about it, when you really add it up, all your food is included in that. So if you get, spend anywhere between $10 and $20 per meal, well, let's add that up, right? So let's just go on the cheaper side. $10 per meal. Let's say you get, just because they do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner for free, you get all three, right? So that's $30 times 10 days a cruise. That's $300 right there. If you were doubling that, right, if it was $20 per meal, now you're going to $600. That's just on the food. Now you're talking about what a hotel costs, the resort fees, and all that kind of stuff. Well, now all that's included too. So all of this is completely included for $1,000. Then it starts to sound a lot better, like, right? Like, oh, okay, that's really cool that you can do that. So yeah, it's really awesome. The food is just so good for the dinners and the breakfast, especially if you don't go to the buffet. The buffet is always available, but you have that. And even my son loved it because there was like a pizza place that was open until like 2 a.m. And if he would wake up at night, if he would, cry or whatever, he would be like, I want pizza. And I was like, oh God. So I would go get him pizza and all that kind of stuff because he knew it was open. So it was just like, it was a fun experience and just so awesome. So the cruise is something that I couldn't recommend enough. At least once try it, because it really is awesome just to go on one. Also, if you're ever booking a flight, book it through Royal Caribbean, because you get a discount on the flight, so you don't have to pay the regular flight price. It's discounted. But yeah, so that was when I went to Hawaii. One thing that was really cool was the luau. Lots of cool stuff there. I still need to upload some videos of that because it was a really cool experience. But we got to see, from Hawaiian tribes to Samoan tribes to all these different ones doing their dances and all that kind of stuff. It was like a once in a lifetime experience. The drinks were really good at that luau too. Mai Tais were done. That's how you know where they're from, when they do it right. But yeah, it was a great experience. If you saw the video too, our view, we stayed in a hotel for 2 days in Honolulu. The view from that was just spectacular. So yeah, it was just beautiful, and it was just really a lovely view. Like I put on there, like, got how you get husband points on your trip, and for sure my wife was impressed by that view. So just nice things like that were really fun to have. I would say I just love spending time with my kids there too. It was probably, I always do spend at least probably an hour or so with my kids every day, I would say. But there's nothing like, watching a movie with my daughter, or seeing my son's mind as it's kind of gaining new thoughts or gaining new things and all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's just it's just really cool. So That as a dad was definitely the thing. Now the thing I will say that I would do next time is definitely have like a daycare thing, so you know, have some mommy and daddy time. But yeah, that's some of the highlights from my vacation. All right. Let's see. I'm not buying another Fold until they put an S Pen side. I agree with you, Way. I miss the S Pen so much. And I have one available, right, for this, but I never, I don't know. I want an S Pen. Let's see. Awesome house show. The house you picked was very cool. Hope some more videos on the progress on your channel. Yeah, I would love to do some more. Like, again, if I do, I'm hoping to do some kind of sponsorship video for my kitchen renovation, and it would be really cool to show you guys because it is a night and day difference. Like, if you saw clips from that, how it looked before to how it looks now, it's insane. It's insane, the difference. Would you pick the Pixel 7 Pro over the S22 Ultra? Ooh, Edward, that is something, right? So all right, so here's my thoughts. So, one, Samsung is very hard to beat if you know what you're doing with it. The reason I say that is because Samsung, you can customize more than you can the Pixel. So I can customize my Samsung device more than I can the Pixel. That being said, for that reason, for me, I would say I would choose the S22 Ultra. I love the S Pen. Love the customization that I can do for a Samsung. Good lock customizations is something that Google should completely rip off, and if they do, I might have to change my answer. That's how good that one app is. I've done plenty of videos on Good Lock if you want to check out our channel. Good Lock is the must-have app for any Samsung phone. But if I was recommending a phone to, say, my mother-in-law or my mom even, or well, my mom is so used to Samsung, so I might not for her, but you know, just like for anyone that just wants a simple and easy phone, I might go Pixel. Just because there is no better, easier phone that you can just take a photo and it's reliable. There's no phone. The iPhone and Samsung, I truly believe both can take a better photo than the Pixel 7. But you have to fine tune. You have to do little tricks and trade. The Pixel, if I just take a photo, it's going to be better than if I just take a photo on Samsung or Apple. And that is something I've seen time and time again. So yeah, those are the ones that I would definitely say would be my kind of decision-making process. If I wanted just a great photo and video quality experience, I would go with the Pixel 7 Pro. If I wanted kind of more customization and the ability to do things that just no other phone, whether it be Apple or Android, can do, I would go Samsung. I can't hate on that. The pizza, I want pizza. Other than the Ring doorbell, what other video doorbells do you recommend at a good price, battery operated? Well, I have one, right? The one that I mentioned. I don't know if you were at yesterday's show, but I talked about the one I currently have and the one I've bought but have not set up yet. Oh, by the way, a really cool thing that I saw, and I just want to share it with you guys. For anyone that has an S22 Ultra case, I have to give a shout out to DePoet. DePoet, when I was with other influencers, this case from Spigen actually allows a phone to breathe more, basically. And what that does is he literally tested it verbatim, and it was kept cooler because of this case. So just a really, I saw it and it's kept popping up. But if you have an S22 Ultra, you should definitely try out that case because it keeps your phone cooler, and therefore it actually performs better, and it has a longer battery life just with that case. I probably need to do a review on that one just because I think it's such a cool case because of that. And I just don't have one anymore, so I just don't have it on mine. But just wanted to give a shout out to that one just because it popped up on my screen right now, so wanted to give a shout out to it. But going back to the doorbell, so I like Eufy doorbell cameras. The reason why, and I said it before, is because with Eufy you don't have to pay a monthly fee for your security camera. So I love that so much. So the thing that I would recommend is if you just want a regular security camera, this one is the one that I currently have, right? Just standard. You hit the doorbell, you have the camera on there, and it backs up your storage right here. So simple and easy. This one is on sale right now for $60 off. So that would make this $140. So 140. It's not the most expensive, not the cheapest one. You can get the doorbell by itself for $100, it looks like. But if you do that, then you're not going to be able to back it up. So I think for the $40 extra, it's worth that. The other one is these two, which this is the one over here that I have that I just purchased and I'm gonna install soon. And then it looks like they have this one too, which is like a kind of budget friendly one for $100. Might be a little bit lower quality, but if you just need a doorbell and that's kind of it, not bad at all. So I think the battery life is shorter. I think the other one is 6 months, and this one's 3 months. But that's the second one. And then, so this one is one that is a little bit more expensive, and it's not really on a big sale right now. But basically, this one has 2 cameras, so that it can see the top, what every other camera can see, but it also sees the floor. So if you are worried about pirate thieves, that would be for this one. So again, local storage, no monthly fee, so all about those. So that's that one. And then the one I just bought is the most expensive. I did not pay this price either because I got it off of Kickstarter. So it was like, I want to say it was like 200 or 220. So it was a lot cheaper. And there have been price changes. So maybe wait till like Black Friday if you're going to get this one, because it definitely should be cheaper. But so this is the thing. This one is a door lock and a doorbell. So what that means is it kind of brings 2 products together. So most people have a smart lock and a doorbell, 2 separate products, right? Like they're usually like right next to each other. But with this one, you just have one product to rule them all, essentially. So you have both the doorbell and a lock to get into your house, which also has a fingerprint sensor on the top, as well as a keypad, and on the bottom you can put in a key as well. So all the different ways, and there you go. So yeah, those are for a smart doorbell. All right. Seeing App use the eyebrow raise, those little moments are definitely memorable. Yeah, no, for sure. He has the eyebrow. He has a It's always funny. Agree with customization on the Pixel. You can't remove the Google search bar. You on the home screen without another launcher. Yeah, which is why I immediately put Nova. I do not like the Pixel launcher as is. It comes with it. So I do put Nova immediately on there so that I get more apps and just one thing I actually do not like about I will say I do not like about Google's homepage, or not the homepage, but the App Store, you can't make it in groups, and I need to have my groups. So that's one thing that like I immediately put Nova because of that. Main reason on getting the Pixel 7 Pro was the camera, to try to something besides Samsung. Yeah, the camera quality is awesome. Cooler phones make happy phones. That is definitely true. What improvements would you like to see on the Z Flip 5? Battery life. Battery life, I think, is the biggest thing I want to see keep getting better every year on the Flip. That, and yeah, bigger screen on the front would be great. I don't think anyone would argue with that. So yeah, I don't care if you have to make it a little bit thicker, quite frankly, but I get it. They want that slim design. So yeah. Your HGTV episode is on YouTube if interested in checking in the old school iron board. Wait, it is on YouTube? Where? Please send me the link for it on YouTube, because I definitely have not been able to find that. Where on YouTube? Because I did not see it on HGTVs. Wait, what? They don't put much of their shows other than like the big time shows. Yeah, if you can tell me where it is on YouTube, I have definitely not seen it. So let me know. I cannot find it, so yeah, please let me know where it is on YouTube. That would be so awesome, because I've had so many people try, like, where can I see it, where can I see it? And if you don't have HGTV, or if you're not on demand, you can't really see it as far as I can tell. So yeah, if you can, that would be awesome. Have you used DuckDuckGo browser? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I have used DuckDuckGo for search, not for browsing though. I don't think I could ever leave Google. I am just too embedded. You know how like people say they can never leave iPhone because of the walled garden, because basically like once you're in it, it's so hard to get out. I am deeply embedded in Google's walled garden that is hardly ever talked about, quite frankly. But yeah, it's just like everything I do is connected with Google, and I love their services. At least Gmail and Maps I still love, and I actually love Google Notes a lot, Google Keep. So yeah, I don't think I could ever leave it for sure. Let's see. Was the tech wife really going to let you use the garage as your studio? Oh man, that was definitely a conversation. So it's funny because we had agreed that I would be able to convert the garage in the next house. That was an agreement we had going into it. But you'd be surprised if you've ever been married how much that really happens. Where it's like, oh, well, yeah, you can do that, and like, no, you can't do that. I don't know why you thought that. I'm like, cause you told me. But yeah, so no, it's all about that kind of thing. What other grand options would you like? Yeah, they forced that grand word if you couldn't tell. But I like columns, and like if columns in front of houses, I like that design. Apparently that's like grand. So like they were like, oh, so you like grand, keep saying you like grand. And I'm like, okay, grand. So yeah, just watch it with my wife. I'm always in Lakewood. Nice, man. Yeah. I mean, we were like across the street from Lakewood, so it was definitely a beautiful thing, and just yeah, it was lots of fun for sure. I'm watching your episode on demand. What internet provider do you have for on demand? I'm curious. I know I couldn't see it yet on Sling TV, so yeah. Happy wife, happy life. Trust, I know. Yes. Oh yeah, man. It's a for sure thing. It's for sure real out there. But yeah. Please, if any of you can find the link of it on YouTube, send it to me, whether it be on my email address is always on the about page on YouTube. Send it to me on, you know, if you're following me on Twitter or wherever. I would just love to see the link for it. Oh, on YouTube TV, it's on demand. Okay, that's cool. It's cool. It's good to know. Yeah, I recorded it on Sling TV on on the DVR for Sling TV, so I have it there. But yeah, very curious to see how it goes. All right, guys, I think we are gonna start winding down. Do you think under camera will be on the S24? No, they have to improve it. They have to keep improving it. I think you're gonna see it improve on the folds, and then when it's ready for prime time, when it's ready to actually have a really great photo quality, then you'll see it on there. Which I will say, from the Fold 3 to the Fold 4, there definitely was an improvement in quality. So I definitely can see it happening, but we're just not there yet. We're just not there yet. It needs to keep getting better and better. I'm happy with the improvement from the 3 to the 4, but it still is not going to take the place of like now. So yeah. AT&T fiber is awesome, getting close to 900 megabits, averages 700 up. Yeah, man, I have the How I did get one of the big selling factors for me, which probably won't be that much for a lot of people, is getting fiber internet. So for us, the local one is Frontier. So I signed up for like a 3-year lock-in for the amount. I think it's like $80 a month or $85 a month, and I get gigabit speed up and down. So that was definitely the biggest thing I was looking for sure. Just because, like, for Spectrum, I had in my condo, I had something like 200 or no 400 megabits down, but 20 up, and most of the time it never hit the 20. So I hated the uploading, because uploading took forever at my last house. But at the new house, it definitely takes like no time at all. Like in a minute, 2 minutes, it's done. Even if it's like a 12-minute video, it's uploaded. So I love that so much. It's on my Plex. That's how you do it. I need to set up my Plex. I still have not fully unpacked, believe it or not, because like we had so many boxes that were in the back of our garage due to us having all the cabinets in the garage until they finally got assembled. Because basically, if you buy cabinets through IKEA, what happens is they all have to get here, and they all don't get here at the same time. So like you basically have like a waiting list for all the parts that you don't have yet, and you have to literally check every day if they're in stock or not. And once they're in stock, you let them know, they order them, and they add it. So yeah, it's just a whole thing. How does this work? Talk to me, please. Hey, George. Hey, Jorge. I'm talking to you. Let's see. Do you have 3 office spaces? No, we have 2 office spaces, and both kids have a room, and then we have a room, so 5 bedrooms. I'm guessing you weren't allowed to mention 51st Day questions on this. No, so yeah, so I said this on the other night, but on the show, they completely edited the fact that I have 3 jobs. You know, it wasn't the story they wanted to tell, basically. So the story they told was basically like, oh, you have, what was it? Oh, you have, you are just a real estate agent. That's all the only job they put on there. Even though, like, in that session, when I was saying my jobs, I said, oh, I work for an e-commerce company called Newegg and handle their social media. I do, what do you call it? I am a real estate agent, and I am an influencer. Guess what parts they cut out? Boom, boom. Take those out, and then just kept the real estate agent, and that was it. So yeah. How did I get on HGTV? It was actually a roundabout way. So originally, I'm a pretty good real estate agent, I will say. So basically, when I was selling my house, it looked good. It looked presentable. So they actually called me. House hunters actually called me to film at my house for another couple, so that they could look at it for the show. And I was like, yeah, that's sure. But when it comes to condos, you have to deal with something called an HOA. And them as so the HOA has to approve it. The problem with that is they need an answer like the next 2 days, and HOAs typically take about a week to get things done for the most part. So that being said, they were not able to use my house for an episode, but they liked me on the phone. They were like, hey, yeah, so are you buying a home right now? I'm like, yes, I am. And and I'm the agent for it. And then they were one thing led to another, and basically they interviewed both me and my wife, loved their personality. Apparently it's very, very, very rare for them to do what we did, which they always like a third person. So they like an agent and a couple. If it does happen that the agent is one of the couple, then they want someone else. And we didn't really have anyone else that was going to be involved in our buying decision. Sometimes it's an in-law or a best friend or whatever kind of thing, and we didn't have that. So yeah, basically they were like, you know what, we think we can make this work with you as the agent and your wife, and that's it. Because based off of your personalities and the story. And it's so funny because they said they loved our story on getting together and all that kind of stuff, and it was definitely going to be in it. It was edited out. So always, I think, everyone has a different vision of what's going to end up being, and what ended up happening is what happened. So again, it's over 5 days worth of filming, and it's 20 minutes of footage that gets on there. So much on the cutting room floor. I swear, the one thing I will say, like, I wish I could talk to HGTV's social media, because they have a huge miss by not putting on a lot of those extra things that were cut in YouTube Shorts. Like, they should totally put things on YouTube Shorts for House Hunter people, just because it is something that it would just do so well. And people would like it so much, just to see more about certain people on there. So yeah, I would just say that is one big miss that they currently have right now. Ricky influenced me to tilt my head. There you go. I always influence the head tilt. Yes, and thank you for the reminder for the app. Although I do not have that set up, Quiet Storm 51st Date Questions is an app that I made. You can get it on Android and iOS. Quiet Storm, put the links in the description. I don't have the video for it that I normally would on my last computer. I haven't set it up yet on this computer. That was one thing I forgot to set up, so now I will make sure it's set up by next week. Alright guys, before I leave you guys today, I do just want to remind you that make sure to enter in our 400th episode giveaway. I will put it in the link in the link is in the description, but I've just put the link again in the chat. Go ahead and enter it. I see we have 36 entries so far, so yeah, enter in guys, enter to win. You guys get the chance to win. So yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff I'm giving away, and hopefully one of you guys will win, and then I'll ship it off and give it to you guys. So yeah, thank you guys always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.